I'm willing to go to jail for being trans. I am willing to go to jail for being trans. If that's what you want to do to trans people, right? If you want to criminalize being trans, if you want to institutionalize people for being trans, when I said that I'm willing to go to jail, I mean that, right? I'm just not, I'm not going to live my life in fear. I'm not going to spend every single day of my existence, because tomorrow could be the last day, worrying about what Donald Trump could potentially do to me simply based on the fact that I'm trans. I'm not running to another country. If I go to another country, it's because I've done my research. I've looked at the cost of living. I've researched the opportunities. I've researched the culture. And this is a sound decision I'm making, not based out of fear or trying to run from something, but because this is organically where I want to go and where I want to be. I'm not running. I'm not running. And in this whole concept, like even the concept of trying to institutionalize or criminalize people for being trans, like how do you even facilitate something like that? Do you realize how dumb that sounds? You're going to go around and lock people up for being trans. So what do I have to do to comply with being non-trans, right? The genie is out the bottle. Okay? Let's say hypothetically, you said you created a law where people who were born male or assigned male at birth, could not wear traditionally female clothing. Let's say you created that law. I'm going to tell you something. 9 times out of 10, if you see her, if you see she is wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Okay, that is my uniform. Everyone has their uniform. That is mine. Jeans and a t-shirt. Jeans don't have a gender. A t-shirt does not have a gender. This body does. So even if you criminalize people based on wardrobe or attire, you can't change the fact that I'm shaped the way that I'm shaped now. So you're going to retroactively criminalize something that wasn't criminalized at the time that it happened? Is there a statute of limitations on transness at what point you had to transition in order for it not to be criminal? Like, it's just, it makes no sense. And if you want to send me to some sort of institution based on me being trans, I had a comment earlier today saying that they were going to put us in crazy houses. Girl, with the price of groceries and rent and gas and the stock market being, doing what it's doing, and, you know, life is out here life. And if you want to give me a vacation for 2, 3, 4 years, however many years you want to institutionalize me until it takes a Democratic president to get elected and undo all of this nonsense, go ahead. I will sit up in there and I will chill. I will gladly take a break from paying this high rent. I will gladly take a break from paying 3 car notes. Yes, I have 3 cars for one person. Don't ask me why. I will gladly take a break from paying insurance on all 3 vehicles. I will gladly take a break from being in this rat race for 4 years. Institutionalize me, I beg of thee. Lock me up. Lock me up, because one of the reasons I'm not afraid is because I strongly and wholeheartedly and firmly believe with every ounce of my being that this pendulum is going to swing in the opposite direction. And even if it doesn't swing in the opposite direction, it'll come back to the middle, right? Even let's say if we get a Republican president, all we need is a logical Republican president to understand that it's stupid to try to criminalize trans people. Because here's the thing. People know that trans people are not the threat that this regime wants to make them out to be. People know that trans people are not going into bathrooms accosting women and children. The statistics prove it. If you go on any SO offender registry in any city, in any state, pop your city, your state, and your SO offender registry right now, and tell me who you see. Tell me how many trans women you see in your local SO offender registry. And that's not to say that there may not be 1 or 2, because trans people are people. And see, this is the thing. Like, y'all always want to categorize people. You know, trans people do this, black people do this, Asian people do this, men do that, women do that. People are people. There is no group of people based on gender, based on race, based on nationality that is better than another. And if you think that, you're dumb. Based on religion, excuse me, you think because you're Christian and this person is Muslim, somehow Christians are better than Muslims. Are you dumb? Read the news. Read what pastors and priests and clergy persons do to women and children. Is that all Christians? Should all churches be shut down because of what a select few have done to tarnish the brand of Christianity? That sounds illogical, right? If I say we need to shut down churches because this is a place where PDFs go to thrive. This is where a place where PDFs go to prey upon children. This is a place where financial charlatans go to exploit people who are weak and feeble-minded. Shut the churches down because people are being exploited in every way imaginable. Shut them down. That sounds crazy to you, right? That's how crazy it sounds when you try to criminalize trans people because of a few outliers. They are outliers. This is not indicative of an entire community, and you are logical enough to understand that. But you're not operating based on logic. You're operating based on hate. It's not fear. You're operating based on hate because you hate me because I refuse to be like you. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be like you. And why does that bother you so much? To the point that you're ready to sign up and criminalize people for simply not wanting to be like you, for simply not wanting to worship like you. Like, if it takes me going to jail to drive that point home that I'm serious about being me, then lock me up. Then institutionalize me. Do what you need to do. But I'm not going to stop being me. It's too late. It's too late. You can take away the hormones. You can take away all of that. The body has been modified. There is no facial hair to grow. The laser has been lasered. The changes have been made. So as I said earlier in the video, even if you criminalize based on attire, whatever you put me in, the presentation is going to be woman. It's just going to be woman. And if you want to inconvenience trans people by making it illegal to go into bathrooms, first of all, let me say this. And be offended if you want to be offended. Because I know a lot of y'all signed on to be offended, okay? If you see me in a public bathroom, it is a dire emergency, okay? I avoid public restrooms at all costs because I find them disgusting. I don't care if it's a male, female, if it's an all-inclusive bathroom. People are just nasty. So I avoid the bathroom at all. Baby, when I tell you I will hold it until I get home, I will hold it. And I know it's probably not good for my body, but anything to not have to touch a fixture or door, I'm telling you, I grab a tissue to open a door. I grab a tissue to close the latch on the bathroom door. I hover. I'm not sitting on the toilet. If they have the tissue or that lining, that liner, I'm using that. Then I'm grabbing tissue to open the latch to get out the bathroom. Then I'm grabbing a tissue to turn on the water. I'm grabbing a tissue to pump the soap if there's a soap dispenser. After I wash my hands, I'm washing them. I'm grabbing a tissue to turn off the knob. I'm grabbing one tissue to wipe, to dry each hand, putting that in there. And then I'm grabbing a tissue to open the door as I leave the bathroom. I'm doing all of that and you think I'm thinking about women and children? Oh my gosh. I'm the one that needs to be locked up. I'm the one that needs to be institutionalized. I'm going to say this one more time before I go. Trans community, I know that we hear every single day trans rights are under attack, but what they do not have control over is trans joy. Keep living your life. Figure out new ways to be you. Figure out new ways to put a smile on your face. Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. It's okay to be prepared, but don't let preparation stop you from living. Be prepared to fight. Save. If you need to use GoodRx and go out and buy more hormones so that you have a stockpile and that you can ration out over the next couple of years if they try to do something crazy. Do whatever you need to do to put yourself in a position to win. Do what you need to do to put yourself in a position to be you. I'm going to stop it here because it's a TikTok and I don't want these videos to be too long. But I don't know about you, but I'm not afraid of anything that Trump can do because Trump can't stop me from being me. Only I can do that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.